I've heard that PACE loan possibility, that option, come up in a lot of different situations. And this friend of yours is the first person that I've come that close to knowing who has actually used it. Real estate agent man. The next topic of conversation has to do with PACE loans.
Yes.
Yes. And I think Katrina looked into a PACE loan once for a customer, and I didn't know all the details of it, but she had said this is not going to be a good situation for this particular customer. Mm-hmm. But from what you've learned from it, it sounds like everybody needs to be cautious.
Yeah, it's a lifesaver.
Okay, let's get you closer to the mic again.
It's a lifesaver. It's important that it's there.
Okay.
And it's some people's only choice, and it's their only option. And in that case, yes, definitely use it. But the experience that I've seen with it, it's just that if it's not your only option, this is information you should know. So the air conditioner went up in July in Florida. That's not a good thing.
This is actually that same house.
Same house.
Okay.
So
one house, several learning experiences.
Definitely.
Yes.
So the only option, and I mean the only option, was to go with the PACE loan to have the air conditioner replaced. And at the time, when they came to do the work, it became very apparent that the ductwork should be replaced as well. That was a decision made by the homeowner. It wasn't something that the air conditioner company recommended or anything like that. So long story short, both were replaced. The total cost of the project was $10,372.
That's for the AC and ductwork.
That's for the AC and the ductwork.
Okay.
And that was done in 2019, July. The payment for that was basically roughly $100 a month, and it comes out of your taxes. And when your escrow pays the tax every year, it pays $1,300 and some dollars towards the PACE loan. So when this person got ready to sell the house and, they needed all the documents for closing, my assumption was, okay, we've got 4 years worth of $1,300 payments. That's, $4,000 some dollars. That's how much less that's going to be. And this should owe like maybe $6,000. So the payoff comes from the PACE program.
For the sale, which was last month.
For the sale, yes. So we're talking about, let's see, what did I have here? 3 years, 8 months of paying that loan off. The original, after they added their fees and everything, the original balance was $12,000. So in the 3 years and 8 months, the payoff was $10,241. $100 less than the project cost in the original when it was done.
Okay, wow.
So basically they paid $4,600, and the actual cost of the project only lowered $100. Now, if you have no choice, you have no choice. And now we're talking about 3 or 4 years. This PACE loan was either 10 or 15 years. By the time this was paid off, you probably would have paid $20,000 maybe for this $10,000 project.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how disappointing that was to know that, they'd been paying on it for 3.5 years, and it's $100 less than what the cost was.
Correct.
I see why that would have to be like an absolute last resort. Mm-hmm. I'd almost be tempted to just live with box fans if at all possible. I know that would be tough in the summer.
Maybe in Minnesota.
Maybe. Yeah, that could work. Minnesota would probably be the heater that went.
Right.
I thought windows were involved in
windows, roof. It's anything that is
so you can
energy
you
related,
can get
I
it for
think.
windows.
Yeah,
and, okay.
Windows, the roof, air conditioning, ductwork. I think that's it.
So some very important things.
Very important things. I'm sure a lot of people have had to use it with hurricane damage on the roof and stuff like that. And if you don't have a choice, then it's your only option.
Right.
But
you're backing away from the mic.
I would assume that, if you could afford to pay more than the payment, that probably wouldn't end up being the same situation. But it's just something to definitely realize, especially if you're going to sell in 3 or 4 years. Yeah. You're going to be paying a lot of money to something that isn't even, you're still going to owe the same amount of money on. basically $3,000 and some dollars worth of interest and fees.
Yeah. All right. Well, listeners, viewers, you're glad you're tuned in today, aren't you? Because it's, most of us know somebody who is kind of in need at one point or another of things like this. And I've heard that PACE loan possibility, that option, come up in a lot of different situations. And this friend of yours is the first person that I've come that close to knowing who has actually used it. Yeah, now I have more information to give my future customers as they're thinking about it. Last resort only. It reminds me of when I was 18 years old and I got ABC Warehouse, I think was the name of the store. And it was a Detroit thing. I don't know where else they were. But, this was in the mid 80s when your stereo speakers stood this tall, right? And so I went in and with my ABC credit card, I got this seriously cool home stereo system. In fact, when I met my wife and she came to my apartment the first time, that was my shining jewel in the place. So by the time I paid that off, I think I paid like $2,500 for that $1,000 stereo.
Yep. Just think Finger Hut. Same thing.
Same thing.
It's like buying an air conditioner from Finger Hut.
Yeah. Great. Okay. So, hey, you got any more questions on this topic? Give me a call. I'll give you Jen's number. No, I won't do that. So, thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
I
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having me.
You're welcome.
Real estate agent man, real estate agent man. Write down his cell phone number, do not forget his name. Where the pretty pictures that you find, deceitful sellers make you lose your mind. What you say, or you may have to pay, unless your agent saves your cash tomorrow. Real estate agent man, real estate agent man. Write down his cell phone number, do not forget his name. Sell Sarasota today, and that Nissan that he drives, it don't make him feel alive. That Lamborghini dream lives on tomorrow. Real estate agent man, real estate agent man. Write down his cell phone number, do not forget his name. Real estate